Thank you for joining me on the My Positive Perspective Internet show today. We feature individuals and groups to share the common goal of improving the local Charleston community. Today's episode is brought to you by Jesse Williams for the community. Joining me on today's episode is Jesse Williams. So Jesse, how you doing?
Good, Jason. Thank you for having me on the show again.
Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. And you in the past have been on this show talking about, taking to the streets and your community involvement and how that can lead to, a better society.
Yes.
And this is another way of doing this. And can you tell me a little bit about the goal you have?
Jason, ever since we started the nonprofit Take It to the Streets, which is why I was on the show before.
Yes.
I was sharing with you about what we were doing with the children and the kids in the playground, how we got a new playground, how we were able to get new developments to come about in Dorchester Wayland, Dorchester Terrace. And we've made a lot of progress. And again, it's just the idea of when we all can benefit and we all make progress, it benefits our community as a whole.
Okay.
So it's been really cool just sharing that with you in the past and then coming back today and sharing how we can continue to move forward.
And you're going to be trying to move forward by running for office. So can maybe talk about that some?
Yes, sir. City Council.
Okay.
I'm running for City Council in North Charleston's District 6.
Okay.
Which composes of Dorchester Wayland, Brentwood Subdivision, Russelldale, Liberty Park, Highland Terrace. Those are the neighborhoods within the Central District, and includes Tanger Outlets and the Air Force Base, as well as Boeing.
Okay. So those communities, those are some big parts of our community. That really do need to have strong neighborhoods, strong communities, and I know that's one of your goals if elected for office.
Yes, I became, as a process, first we wanted to see transformation within a low-income neighborhood.
Okay.
Highly African-American community, but a lot of people were kind of low income, but at the same time they worked good, jobs. They work full-time jobs. They were retired people. All kinds of different people lives in this particular neighborhood. It's called Dorchester Wayland. And in making progress, I was eventually able to become a part of the neighborhood association and became neighborhood president. And so one thing led to the next. I was able to start to see all the needs for sidewalks and imagine if you are in a wheelchair and you want to go down the street but you have no sidewalk to go on. Right?
You
like
can't take your wheelchair on the road for example.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean that's your means of transportation. You don't have feet, but you have a wheelchair. So we would hope that we can get these individuals sidewalks. So we're working on that.
And then it's also good for children and also the elderly to be able to have access to these things. How was your previous experience with taking to the streets and those types of things? How do you plan on using that experience in your terms that you hope to run for office?
There's been a couple, so many experiences we've had, and it's amazing just how much community outreach and neighborhood outreach with a vision, how similar that is to public office.
I agree.
A city council person, instead of seeing these people, mayors or city council individuals, as politicians, I think we should see them as leaders or public servants, elected representatives. And so the experience I've gotten in the past has been events for the community, bringing people together, having volunteers come together for a bigger cause. We applied for the CDBG grant, which is the Community Development Block Grant, and we kind of found out that most of that money goes to big nonprofit organizations like United Way, and nothing wrong with United Way or Salvation Army, but here's the thing: we wanted to see those funds actually come down to the streets, come down to the neighborhood level.
And of course, that was one reason why you started taking to the streets. So you wanted to see actual improvement. I mean, funding is one thing, but you can't just simply throw money at a problem. You have to direct that money, and then you have to make sure the people that are receiving that money understand, what it's supposed to encompass. And rather than it just being sidewalks, it's also the fact that, hey, your community cares about you, and your community is doing things to help you, and therefore you should be willing to help the community also.
Absolutely. People need jobs. People need better education in the District 6 and in those areas. Mm-hmm. People are simply looking for even things like street lights to be maintained. Mm-hmm. Somebody to help the senior citizens with the overgrown trees. Mm-hmm. It's resources that should have come to those neighborhoods in the first place, but hasn't been because those resources are going to other neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I want to run for District 6 City Council and just continue to share the vision that no matter where we're at, the thing about it is that people matter.
Sure.
Those people matter in those neighborhoods, just like you and I matter. Mm-hmm. And so again, it's the idea of when again, human capital. When people gain an education, they gain jobs. It affects people, the other neighborhoods. It affects the city as a whole. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I would like to see more of. More care and more people get more jobs in District 6. And also the fact that a lot of there's big corporations in the area in North Charleston, but the fact of the matter is that these neighborhoods are not seeing the benefit from that.
And the other things that, employment, that these things help reduce crime, things like that. I know that your area that you are hopefully going to represent is plagued by sometimes crime can be kind of high. Also, though, you have a Facebook page for people that like to hear more information on your platforms, things like that. Could you talk about that?
Yes, sir. And it's again, it's just awesome how much you know about these areas.
Yeah, right.
It's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And in fact, I mentioned crime on the Facebook page as well. The Facebook page is facebook.com /Jesse Williams for the community. Okay. And my email, you can send an email to the campaign at jesse4district6@gmail. Okay. And you have a GoFundMe campaign also, because we all know that whenever we're running for a political office, you need to get that message out, and that's no different in your case. Absolutely, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so I am applying for a position. Mm-hmm. It's called City Council in District 6. Mm-hmm. That position is a very important position. I don't want to be seen as a politician. I want to be seen as a public servant, because there is a thing to be done at that level. Yeah. And I understand that a lot of people have economic issues and job needs and crime aspects needs in that area. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, you can go to my GoFundMe page. It's connected on Facebook as well. Okay. Shoot me an email if you need to know more information on that. Mm-hmm. And that way I can do things like print out flyers, like get some volunteers out to the streets to get the word out more about November 3rd. Okay. It's election day, but October 3rd to November 3rd is going to be what they call absentee ballots. Okay. Absentee ballots. Okay, well, that's great. Well, best of luck to you and your hopefully do. I hope the public does what you. I think you do a very good job in helping the public. And I know that's important to you. So thank you for joining me on the show, Jesse. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for tuning in to the My Positive Perspective show. Have a great day.
On a sunny day, I feel my thoughts drift away. Only good vibes and good times living in my brain. On a sunny day, catch me lamping in the shade. Feeling so fine and so high. Sunny day, still I hope all my efforts will one day pan out. The love within you'll never be without. So I roll, feeling strong and so